See, the problem, just making sure my audio levels are okay. My problem, one of the many problems with streaming during my off schedule is there's nobody around. Ah, this song. Hi. I think I saw Gaming Wolf come into chat. How you doing out there? If anybody's watching this, if you're watching this on the VOD, hello. This is a bit of a special thing. I didn't stream yesterday, which is my normal streaming day. This is Friday. I usually stream on Thursdays. The puppet building stuff, but I had a plan. Yeah, this is the plan. So far, it's going great. Anyway, we're just gonna hang out for a bit and see if anybody shows up or what. You know, I understand people are possibly at work, have this on in the background or something, can't chat, want to lurk. All good. What? We have a problem. Gaming Wolf is around. Hello, Joe. I see you on YouTube. Are we okay? What's going on? Let me guess, it's muted because of the music. I'll bet you it's muted because of the music. There's chaos right now. Jimmy is standing outside the window screaming his head off. I'm gonna say this because, hey, Sudi, hello, no. Stuff works. Okay, good. That's good. We know Homecast is fine. Look through that song. Yeah, this is what I think is going on YouTube. That was in response to what you said. Oh, right, gotcha. Okay, so but the stream's okay though, right? Everything's okay with the stream because I don't know. As you can tell, there's some different music happening. This is music from the game Warframe. You know, I may have mentioned once or twice. You know, because we're doing something a bit special and different today. And so this is thematically appropriate. Now, to the best of my knowledge, Digital Extremes has licensed the Warframe music to be used in streaming. What I don't know is if that's only for if you're streaming Warframe, and since we're streaming under a different category, we may get dinged. I don't know. Also, YouTube rules and Twitch rules are different, so, you know, who knows? But we'll just see. Gaming Wolf, I'm gonna go to more skateboarding because I gotta, you know, Ureli's theme song is on this playlist. This is my whole Warframe playlist, so it's not like you're attached to the game. I know, right? So yeah, normally I stream on Thursdays. I squeezed in 4 days worth of work into 3 days this week so I could do this today. This is the plan. I am starting a special puppet build. Let me just put my phone aside and also go on Do Not Disturb. Being proactive in the not being disturbed, despite the fact that Jimmy is still standing outside the window or the door yelling his head off. We may have to let Jimmy in at some point. So, as I have mentioned once or twice, this summer in July, I am, at least at the current time, going to TennoCon. Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot of work. It's all done though. There's new listings up on the shop. My work is done for the week. So this is where we get to have fun. So yes, I am in planning, and I have a ticket to go to TennoCon in July. Of course, I would like to do something a little special for that. This is probably the only time I'm ever going to be able to go. And as you know, this game is kind of special to me, so I want to do something special to mark the occasion. And I have to squeeze this in spare time, which is why I've been kind of knocking myself out to get my work done, so I have some time in which to do this. So what are we doing? I've mentioned this a few times. I've mentioned it on the podcast occasionally. By the way, this is hashtag content day because this is the first of 2 streams I have planned to do today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. The Warframe dev stream is happening. I'm going to do a watch along with that. And we're recording a podcast tonight. So let's recap. Just this week, Monday was the new Oracle episode. Today is this, and a stream, and a podcast. If only I got paid for this stuff, huh? Anyway. So, going to TennoCon, prototyping a puppet to bring to TennoCon. It's all good. It's all good, Gaming Wolf. This is voluntary. Right? Which somehow makes it worse. I don't know. Anyway, it's not like I haven't had enough coffee today. Let's talk about what I am doing. This may be a fast stream. What I have planned to do probably won't take long. This is the first proof of concept. This isn't even a prototyping. This is a proof of concept for an idea about how I want to do the build. So let's recap what I'm actually doing for TennoCon. There is a character in Warframe called Ordis. Let's bring up a picture of Ordis. I gotta get out of the way because this is gonna come sliding up, so I don't want to block chat, so there we go. There's Ordis. For those of you unfamiliar with Warframe, you can think of Ordis basically as your little robot buddy. And so this is a very good candidate, obviously. A very good candidate. Have you thought about your own outfit next to Ordis, something operator related? Well, no. I'm actually having some problems trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to wear to TennoCon, because, you know, I'm a bit of a fashion-forward individual, as you may have noticed. And summer is not friendly to goths. So I'm thinking. Now we're quoting Ordis. Love it. So yes, those of you unfamiliar with Warframe, this is Ordis. He's your little robot buddy. So this is clearly a very good candidate to make into a puppet, right? Harry Bow. Yeah, this is it. Hello. The Gamers Tavern folks showing up as always. So at first I thought, well, I could probably relatively easily make some kind of puppet, like a rod puppet or something, with this design. It's not that complicated. And then it started running around in my head a little bit more. And it's like, I want to do something more. I want to do like a concept piece. And then I thought, oh, hang on. Considering what I do, so the concept for this is going to be, and we'll look way through with Unkind Summers as a metalhead. Yeah, I mean, I'm metal adjacent as well, right? So it's like, yeah, not good, not good. My favorite hat is a leather hat. I ain't wearing that in the summer. I may have to get like a straw. I'm thinking of a straw cowboy hat, black, of course, with, you know, some appropriate skull-like ornamentation. We'll see. So the concept for the build is going to be, what if Ordis but Muppet? So is it going to be a Muppetized version of this? And I've had some plans in the work for a while now, and I've been looking around and thinking about things and trying to think about how would I actually do this. And we are at the point now where I'm starting the first stages of going, okay, let's actually try and build something. So let's put Ordis away here for the moment. I'm sure Ordis will be back. So what I did, and I originally, the basic shapes of Ordis are relatively simple, which is good. I need a lozenge. And so I was originally just planning on just, you know, your standard prototyping stuff. I was always batching him at less from the mosh pit. There was no capacity to concerts. Oh wow! I mean, you got some stories. Yeah, I can imagine. I've been adjacent to some mosh pits. By the time I started going to metal shows, I was like too old for the mosh pit, so I was always one of the guys in the back, just like you know, doing my thing, but you let the kids, you know, hurt themselves. So I was originally just planning on doing a standard, you know, flat pattern tape prototyping and all that kind of thing. And then I started looking around and I found somebody who had made, and I'm almost sure this is a new model. I don't believe they pulled the 3D model out of the game assets, which I know it's possible to do. But when looking at it, I found somebody who made a 3D model of Ordis and converted it into an STL for 3D printing. Hello. So that's where we're starting from. Let me just show you this. Let's go to, I guess, the close-up cam. So we're looking at Ortis's head area. Ortis is separated into two bits. I don't know if this will show up on the screen or not. Yes, it will. Okay. So Ortis, as you can see, is separated kind of into two pieces, and that little bit on the top, that head bit, separates off and kind of floats around, a bit like how South Park depicts Canadians. Kind of like that. That's kind of how Ortis is structured. So here is the 3D model at full res. That I actually purchased it. It was only like $8 or so, so it was fairly cheap. And there are some differences between this and the in-game model, which is why I think that they modeled it from scratch. Like this little bit on the top here. You see that is the in-game model. In the picture, you see that's just a straight across bar, and in this, it's got this little curly bit, and that's not a 3D printing artifact. That is just how it is in the model. So, yeah, I know, right? Little face. Well, this is the thing. I'm looking at this going, I can Muppetize the heck out of this, right? So here's where we're starting from. Now, this is the full res, full detail, and I don't want to just make this. What I want to do is sort of take the details off of it, and I just want to make the basic shape in something appropriate. Because the concept is going to be basically that it is just a hand puppet. Let's go to this. Right, so it is just going to be a hand puppet. And those things that hang down the bottom there, those, like from this part down, those are, in game, they almost look like fabric. They kind of flow, right? So there's only like that little metal on the model. It's called the heart. The bit under here is hard body, as it were, and the stuff around is all fabric-y. It's all flowy and fabric-y. So that's good. Got an advantage there. So the concept is that I want to be able to put a sleeve in the back, basically, and put my hand in like that, and just have this be a standard hand puppet. In this case, we're actually flipping the lid, which is the thing you should not do normally when you're puppeteering. But it's always drop the jaw, don't flip the lid. But in this case, flipping the lid is good because Ortis's head does go up and down. So I'm going to cut a hole in the back of this and be able to put like a hand and some grips in there, stuff like that. And then the thumb will just kind of rest on that body part, right? That little sort of square robot-y body part. So we're going to do it, 2 mouth plates as usual. But the first step is to get this in a very basic shape. So the first thing I has to go is a little thing on the top. And I'm also, hopefully, this is the plan. I don't know if I'm going to have time to work this out or not. Ortis has a bit of a split personality. He goes a bit twitchy every now and then and says some rather dark and violent things. He's normally a happy little guy, and sometimes he just kind of glitches out. And in game, his eyes kind of swivel around a little bit, right? Well, I want to do very Muppety style eyes, but I want to have them on a little mech that I can rotate and have the eyes just turn and go angry. That's the goal. We'll see about that. I may not be able to get that far, but we'll see. So at any rate, I need the interior of this to be hollow. And so I can put a mech in there. And also be able to put my hand in the back, right? So this is where we're starting from. So back to this one. Sort of Clockwork Eyes, kind of, yeah. They're going to be basically, the concept is there's going to be discs mounted on the front that lead to little shafts. You got to make a puppet mech very simple. And they're going to be on basically discs on pegs. The pegs will go into the head and then be joined up in the middle with like a little elastic or something. Just something real simple. And then my finger will go in like a loop in the middle of the elastic. And as I raise it and lower it, the eyes will just naturally swivel. That's the concept at least. I'll prototype that out and 3D print it and all that kind of stuff. How it's going to get mounted and all that stuff I'm still unclear about, but we'll see. simple is always better for any puppet mech because it will break and it will need repairs. That is for sure. So what I did was I took this model, which is lovely and detailed and very, very nice, as you can see. I loaded this into Blender and I just decimated the heck out of it. I just reduced the polygons down to nothing until it was literally a shell of his former self. So here's where we are. This isn't quite to the same scale, but this is, again, proof of concept. And I also hollowed it out. So this is just a shell. So what we're doing today is we're taking this, taking some spray adhesive and covering this with fleece. And what I want to see, what the proof of concept is will the spray adhesive be enough to adhere to the PLA filament? That's the unknown factor in all this. I suspect it might not because PLA is non-porous, but there may be enough little grooves and things in this, there might be enough topography on this that it will be okay. I don't know, so that's what we're going to find out. We are going to F around and find out. So that's where we're starting from. Now, if this works, the next stage is going to be for me to start designing what's going to go on inside here. So there's going to be a hole in the back for my hand to go in, and then the mouth plate is going to go on the bottom here, and all of the business for standard puppety stuff. But the goal for today, the only thing we're doing today, is trying to cover this in fleece. Speaking of fleece, I think I actually put it in the closet. I've got some white fleece that I was going to use, but actually maybe I shouldn't use the white fleece because that's going to be what I use for the end product. Maybe I should use something I have a lot of. I'm looking around here at the fleece. I'm going to get the white fleece out. I want to actually see it. Rough it up with sandpaper. It will help it stick better. A good plan. In fact, let's do that. Thank you. Really, it's not the material so much as the adhesive I'm concerned about. All right, sorry, I just had to grab my closet here and grab the white fleece. I got a fair amount of this. This will be enough. White fleece, thankfully, is easy to come across, so. All right, let's go to the overhead cam here. So, I also printed this at a quite low detail. Your own cast and PeerTube stream seem dead to me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I see. Yeah, Sunny and Haribo. Oh, Haribo's back. Checking. Well, it looks okay to me. If you're on Owncast and or PeerTube, PeerTube might be a bit weird. Not down at all for me. Okay, thank you, Haribo. Thank you. Yeah, I know that PeerTube, I might be sending too many bits to PeerTube. Huh, very strange. Let me just check the PeerTube. It might be the PeerTube that got weird. That is not unheard of. The audio may come across the stream. I apologize if that's the case. No, that looks okay to me. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, Lewis. Lewis, I assume, is how it's pronounced. Meg interested in my pup as well. I got good news for you then. All right. Well, hopefully it works out for you, Suni. It looks okay to me. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing actionable on my end. So, it works on my machine, as they say in the Linux world. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. At least you're able to view in some capacity. This isn't a Fediverse exclusive stream. I'll throw my PC into the canal and onto that. Things can always be fixed. Double A, hello, hello. Particularly love the goblin. I don't have any goblins this time. I don't have any goblins. Well, other than the goblin. I mean, yeah, I got the oracle back there, but we'll pull him out later. So let's try and grab some. This is very fine sandpaper. That's probably too fine. We want some nice rough stuff. We want the rough stuff. So we're gonna rough this up. I know this must sound terrible on the mic. Oh, wow. I can see that almost peaking. I'm gonna do this for a bit. I'm gonna mute the mic while I do this because that must sound terrible. One moment. All right, there we go. I'm sorry about that. Hey, some of you liked it, some of you hated it, I could own cast. Threatening it with water made my PC behave. Be nice to your PCs. Suni, if I'm correct, and I'm pretty sure I am, you're probably running a Linux. Be nice to your PC. It deserves it. Okay, so here we go. Now I've roughed this up a little bit. I'm sure I could rough it up more. I can hear you laughing even while muted. Uh-oh. Is there another mic around here? Maybe there is. Maybe the camera's got one. I don't know. Who knows? We're all being monitored all the time by everyone, so, now, in order to do this, I'm going to use some spray adhesive, and in order to use the spray adhesive, I want to put up some cardboard. Like, I don't have a proper spray hood, but I want to put up some cardboard just so it doesn't aerosolize and go everywhere. So let me get this camera out of the way here. This is going to be awkward, but this is a good song. Maybe we should just use Warframe music for everything. So he's on Arch. There you go. When you run Arch, you have to make sure everybody knows you run Arch, right? I used to say Arch is for psychopaths, and then I started running it. Well, I'm running CachyOS, so I am technically running Arch, but Cachy's a slightly different monster. Oh boy. I just got some pieces of cardboard box here. I just want to put these down around the area to kind of... This must look great. Just want to make sure you can see what's going on, but also I'm not, aerosolizing stuff everywhere. Hey, there you go. That's the last thing you need to do is see me. Super vegetarian version of Linux. Yeah. I like that, the vegetarian version of Linux. All right, this should be good enough. I've got on the back and the side here, and I'll just be careful where I'm spraying. It looks like an unboxing video. This is the most this box has ever been. An OG Arch. Absolutely, we're psychopaths. See, I told you. Okay, so let's get some fleece here. I'm just going to get a piece of the fleece. which rhymes. I also like walled off my scissors. Probably not a good idea for somebody who's building puppets. All right, let's see if we can go to the wide cam here to show you what I've actually done. There we go. This is just to like catch any spray so it doesn't go everywhere. Gentoo is from Mousicles. I've never installed Gentoo. Cashy is about my limit. I don't mind some futzing, but I want to minimize the futzing. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a piece of this fleece. Fleece Navidad. Ah, there we go. The puns come out. Yeah, just going to cut a big old chunk. Of the fleece from the stars. I'm singing along to the Warframe music. Didn't think I could get more Warframe, and yet here we are. All right, so I've got a piece of fleece, and you know what I should do? I should put on gloves. Gloves, gloves, gloves. You know what they say? They teach you in health class, no glove, no glue. That's right? No glove, no glue. They taught me. No problem, laugh out loud puppets. Understandable. I hope you appreciate the fact that I am reading it as if you're yelling it. It's actually quite funny. So, you're adding to the comedy. It's quite all right. All right. Gloves go on. Hands of blue, etc. So here's the spray adhesive I'm going to use. Thankfully, this stuff isn't anywhere near the toxicity of barge contact cement or anything like that, so I don't have to put on the mask or anything, which is good because I don't want to. Now let me just make sure we got some spray here. So what you want to do, actually, then also get the hair dryer ready to go. I love adding to the comedy. It's working. So this stuff, the way you kind of want to use, and this isn't just Gorilla Brand, not sponsored, but hey, if you want to send me free glue, please do. The way spray adhesive usually works, and this goes for many different brands, you spray it, light coat, light even coat as always, let it dry for just a second and then you can use it. You don't want to let it dry too long. It's not like contact cement. Haribo, you're doing Warframe puppet, right? I am indeed. We're making this character. This is Ordis, this way. This is Ordis, and we're doing Ordis, but as a Muppet. So this is the first proof of concept. I'll show you this briefly yet again. Oops, let's get rid of this. There's the full resolution, full detail head from a 3D print. And so what I'm doing is I've got this extremely low poly version that's just a shell, and I'm covering this in fabric. And basically all this is a test to see how well the spray adhesive is going to work with the fabric and the PLA filament. That's kind of where I'm going on this one. Use so many chemicals in my life, you know. Normally if you're using anything dangerous, remember, got to get this out. Get the respirator going. In this case, it's okay. I'm not going to be using it long enough to worry about it, but safety first, kids. So, basically how this is going to go. I'm going to spray both surfaces hit it with a hairdryer just for a second, and then very gingerly apply this, and we're going to try and stretch it across the surface. Now, how I suspect this is going to go, it'll be mostly okay, except for the edges right down here. But that's okay, because that's something I can then go in and manually glue with, you know, contact cement or something to finish the edges off. I'm not worried about the edges. What I want to do is make sure that the fabric is going to lay across this surface and we get the shape. That's the important thing. And that's what we're testing to find out if it's even possible, so. Or if it's possible with this adhesive. I know it's possible, but I may have to go to harsher lengths than this. So this is the back. Yes, that is the back of the fleece. So we're just going to give a few little spritzes. We don't want to soak it too much. Oh yeah, don't worry. I got ventilation. We're good. We're covered. If you ever watched any of my streams before, you know the lengths I go to for ventilation. Okay, quick glue question. If you placed it wrong, what would you use to get rid of it? It depends on the glue. This stuff, you would probably just try and peel it off. Actually, let's do it this way. I'll answer your question in a second. I gotta kind of do this while the glue is still viable. So I'm going to press it down, and then we're going to stretch this as much as we possibly can across the surface. And what we want to do is we want to get rid of wrinkles and stuff, right? So if you do have wrinkles, just lift it off and put it back down again. All right, this looks pretty good, actually. I'm down with this. This looks quite nice. Yes. Oh no, don't worry, Zuni. All good. Don't feel it. Lurk away, by all means. Okay. I feel pretty good about that, actually. That seems... It may be a very short stream. This is all I had planned to do. But that seems pretty good. Okay. You know what? Let's just go with that, because that's all right. I might do a couple of layers, actually. But that's laying across there real nice. You made it look like you knew what you were doing. Yeah, well, I kind of was. I've done this kind of thing before, but this was just, you know, this material and this adhesive, etc. This is just that experiment. But so far, so good. All right, I'm gonna take the gloves off because that glue is probably sealed up enough, and we can. While this, I want to let this set up for a little while so I can answer with the Gaming Wolf question about glue. So it depends on the glue. Now, the kind of glue that I normally use, which is this very dangerous and evil stuff. This is barge contact cement. This is an industrial strength contact cement. You have to go to a specialty place to buy this, and it's highly toxic. So you do not want to use it without ventilation and one of these. The good news is, though, for something like this, and for most other contact cements, they're just not usually quite this strong. If you heat up the contact cement with a hairdryer or something, you can actually reactivate the glue. You can sort of melt it, not melt it, but sort of make it more liquid again. If it looks really good, thank you. I am pretty happy with this. The first test is promising. It's the reason I didn't print this out at full scale also, because it's just like small scale test. So if it's that kind of glue, you can just heat it up with a hairdryer and then pull it apart and reapply it. If it's something like this, for example, like a spray adhesive, Until the glue fully sets, you can, like I had to do it a couple times with this because there were some wrinkles. So I lifted it up and then put it back down. But you have to do that while the glue is still a bit gloppy. Because if you do it when the glue is dry, then the glue is dry, and there's nothing you can do. You just reapply the glue. If the glue is already dry and really, really set, chances are you can't do much. I learned, sounds like a terrible plug, but there's a very good reason for this. If you go to OperationPuppet.com, the last blog post I have up there is literally that question. It's how to get started and how I got started. It was mostly thanks to a YouTuber who has sadly passed away, named Adam Krutinger, but he has on his channel Puppet Nerd huge playlists of basically puppet building 101, and a lot of his techniques are the techniques I still use on the daily basis. So that is the short answer. Literally just go to operationpuppet.com, go to the blog. It's right there in the middle of the front page, and that post is like building basics, I think it's called. That would be the best place to go, and it's got all the links and all the resources are right there. So hopefully that will help. But yeah, all right, let's see. So what the plan is from here, assuming let's imagine this was the finished product. Yeah, Adam was awesome. So what I would do next if this were the finished product, and it is going to be like I thought, I am going to have to manually glue down the edges, but that's okay. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim away the excess on the bottom here. And we can even, experiment a little with finishing some of the edges, just seeing how that's going to go. Like I said, the thing I was worried most about was that this is going to lay over the surface. Looks good. So let me get rid of this cardboard here. First of all, because you are no longer needed. Surplus to current requirements. And all right, so this is also a kind of standard draping technique, FYI. This is the kind of thing that you will be doing often. It isn't always with a hard shell form like this. If I was doing something with a foam puppet and I was draping it, this would be the kind of thing that I would do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start trimming this away, and I'm going to leave just a little bit of excess. I know it's hard to see. Here, actually, let's go to this. So I'm going to start trimming this away and leaving a little bit of excess so I can then wrap this around and glue it in like that. So let's just do that. I may actually be getting the danger honey out. I don't know. What's the time? 10:44. I probably won't. I don't really want to. It's actually quite chilly today, and I don't really want to open the window. So if I don't have to, I'm not gonna. But let's just see how it goes. Did the music stop? It's not good. I want the music. We all want the music. Let's see. There we go. Gotta have that. Little we all lift. Welcome to Fortuna. Debt interment colony. Oh. Yeah, all you Warframe people, read the lore on Fortuna sometimes. It is dark. It makes what this song is even darker. Hint, this song is what is known as a workhouse song in the American blues tradition. Which were often sung by chain gangs and enslaved people. Getting dark yet? It sure is.
Making peace to build a future, strong, united,
Okay, so as you can see, all I'm doing is I'm just trimming this away rather clumsily. That doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Got a little fold here I'm not crazy about. Let's see. Again, this is just us messing around, so you know what, that'll be fine. This is the nice thing about fleece. This is why we use fleece, because fleece is stretchy. So what I would do next, allegory my Ninja with Swords and Guns game? No way. Oh, there's layers, my friend. There's so many layers. So what I would do next, and what I will do next, and I will do it with this one as well. I just don't want to do it today on stream because I wasn't prepared for this, and it's a whole thing. I literally have to get the mask out and the window and the whole 9 yards because I will not use barge unsafely, and neither should you. So we'd start from here, and then I'd go around the interior, and I would brush the glue into all this. You could try and do this with, actually, you know what? I take that back. Do not use hot glue on anything like this because this PLA filament will like instantly melt if you put hot glue on this. So not a good idea. Don't use hot glue. But what I'll be doing is putting glue on the edges here and then wrapping it around. You can think about shopping, but thank you. Thank you very much. Laugh Out Loud Puppets. I look forward to seeing you again. I'll be putting glue on the edge there and we'll be wrapping it around, and we're just kind of going to finish the edge like that. You see. Now the nice part about this is I see this is why I wanted to go with a low polygon model but that still had some detail, is because I wanted to be able to see the divots where the eyes are going to go. Because do I have anything I can show with this? Let's see. Hang on, I'm just looking at my stock of eyes, which sounds odd out of context. Got a bunch of like scattered individual ones printed up here, but nothing. These are too small. I'll probably go larger, but these are 40 millimeter, I think. What I'm planning to do is like this, right? Actually, these are, for this scale, this is actually not a bad size. I'll put them in, so Ortis's eyes are actually on the model about here, but I'll probably put them in a little bit closer just to achieve a more Muppety look. But these are also going to have eyelids. And the concept is that I'll be able to use a mech inside to rotate them, right? Exactly what PLA builds frequently, either together with magnets and glue is hot. That might be true. Well, again, it depends on the speed and how much glue and all that kind of thing. For something like this, it's doubly a bad idea because you got your fingers close to it as you're trying to finish the edge. Using hot glue to finish this edge would not be a fun job, and you'd probably hurt yourself. And so, at least I'd hurt myself because I am clumsy. But yeah, that's where we're going with this. Now, I can say at this point, I'm at least going to be able to do the base Ortis puppet, right? The base Ortis but Muppet. Right, there we go. There's our proof of concept right there. How much further I get? Like, can I do the iMech? That's the next question to answer. But I think we can say pretty confidently at this point that the base proof of concept has proved that yes, we can do this. Cool. It's been an hour. That's not bad for what I thought was going to be a very short stream. Okay, you know what? I think it's probably going to do it now. Don't go away, because see. Get. All you Warframe people, if you haven't looked into Ordis's backstory, do so. There's a reason why he's got that little glitch. Yeah, I think we're heading in a very good direction here. I like where this is going. I think this is going to work out just fine. So don't go away, because I'm going to take a break now, but I will be back today at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so whatever that is for you, because just like I did last month, we're going to do a Warframe dev stream watch along. Another question for you: how many puppets have you made? Hundreds. I've been doing this for 6 years. I lost count. Like literally hundreds. But hang on, what can we do? What can we do for Lou? Here you go, Lou.
Hello. I am the Oracle. You may not know me, but I'm very smart, and I have my own YouTube channel, which is more than you can say for most goblin wizards. Hello, Lou. Nice to meet you.
So there we go. There's the bit of Oracle for Lou. Yeah, hundreds.
Are you done with me?
Yeah. Very demanding, you know. I mean, goblin wizards. What are you gonna do, right? Oh, now Oracle's not wanting to go back on his stand. Behave yourself. Temperamental, you know. He's divas. So yes, I will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern time for the Warframe dev stream watch along. I do also do these puppet building live streams, usually weekly, on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. My socials are all linked on operationpuppet.com. I will always announce if I am or am not going to do a live stream. So there we go. Okay, that'll do it for the moment. Hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly did. I'm pleased. This is looking promising. I think Ordis is going to happen. Muppet Ordis. I'm thinking of actually like getting a name tag and putting it on him that just says, "Hello, my name is Muppet Ordis." Just to, you know, drive the point home. I want to get a picture with somebody from DE and Muppet Ordis. That's my goal for TennoCon. Okay, everybody, I'm going to head out because I got to like clean up and have lunch and all that kind of stuff. And then I will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern for the Warframe dev stream watch along. I hope. I got to set up some stuff for the streaming thing, and who knows how that's going to go, but we'll see. Probably. So anyway, let's end this now and enjoy the Warframe music. Have a good week.